A couple of things happened this week that led to the video I'm about to show you. One, the Lakers and the Sixers played, and House of Highlights, as usual, did some glazing and called it a dunk fest for LeBron and Luka. And the NBA released the 1996 NBA All-Star Game, and I also saw a feed for the 1997 All-Star Game. Alright, so going back to the Sixers game, let's understand that Luka had one dunk and LeBron had three. That's not a dunk fest. But we should be talking about LeBron's shot chart. Not one shot that wasn't next to the rim went in for LeBron James. And he had two air balls. You know, if three dunks is a dunk fest, we're one shot away from an airball fest. He took 17 shots, only made 7 of them, and all 7 that were made were next to the rim. Heck, quite a few that he missed were next to the rim too. But yeah, House of Highlights, which by the way is a confirmed Clutch Sports affiliate, let's celebrate the dunk fest that didn't exist. Oh, and good thing that guy that Rich Paul wanted to have traded was still there to save your ass, LeBron. You know what you're not going to see in this 1997 All-Star Game footage? This nonsense right here.
Wide open. 3 on its way.
There's how open he was, and there's how bad the traveling right in front of the ref was. They say the All-Star Game is where you let loose a little bit, have fun, don't try quite as hard. You're not going to see anyone that open in this All-Star Game, and you're not going to see anyone get away with that kind of traveling. You won't even see anyone attempt that level of traveling. Anyway, to the 1997 All-Star Game. This is early in the game, and we have not one but 2 people trying to stop someone driving to the rim. There's 1, there's 2. All right, let's look at 2026 regular season game, because remember, All-Star games, supposedly people don't take them that seriously. Well, what is this? Oh, there you go. Go on by. Oh, guys, what is that? One more time. Defender 1 backs away. The other 2 potential defenders don't do anything at all. Guys, can you really question why we don't take today's game seriously? All right, back to 1997. That's Karl Malone on Mutombo. That's Olajuwon on Mutombo. 2 blocks on a defensive play, and then Mutombo finally puts it in. Okay, look at this battle. By the way, all 3 of these guys would destroy anyone in the NBA today. Karl Malone blocking Mount Mutombo in an All-Star game. Tries again. Olajuwon blocking Mutombo in an All-Star game. All right, back to the clown show. I mean, the modern NBA. Let's take a closer look at this. What am I looking at? Look at number 11, please. He clears the lane for LeBron. He literally makes sure Vanderbilt doesn't get in LeBron's way. It's one thing to not want to pick up a foul. It's another thing when the defense looks like they're helping the offense. Oh, the lane is ready for you, sir. Go right through. Let's back up, because this defender in the foreground is a problem too. He's already quit. He's like, well, I did my part. Screw it. He's going to kind of hit the brakes here. He's like, I guess I'll let somebody else try for it. But no, the rest of his team's not going to try either. 11 clears Vanderbilt out, and 5 was just there to enjoy the game, I guess. Let's get him some popcorn. I got to ask a question. When did just surrendering a dunk, an easy bucket, equal a winning strategy? That is not a winning strategy. I don't want to hear these excuses about not wanting to pick up the foul at the end one. You don't win when the other team expects a wide open lane. Of course, LeBron's confident going down that lane. I'd be confident. At my age right now, if I was 6'9", I would be able to dunk in that situation. There's nothing to be excited about here. I did a video 2 years ago already about what the proper strategy is if you want to win. Grant Williams had it figured out. He hasn't done it since, though, because you're obviously not allowed to. LeBron James is allowed to run over people, and you aren't ever able to stand up against him. It's just not allowed. Here's what happens when you do. Grant Williams wraps him up. It's not dirty. It's controlled. Just wraps him up. He's like, you're not going to run over me, and you're not going to get a dunk. We just aren't going to give you the lane. And LeBron's like, shit, they got me figured out. Because the next thing that happens is he goes to the free throw line, his brain melts, and he misses both of them. He's not a particularly good free throw shooter. He chokes a lot at the free throw line, but let's say that he didn't. You still don't just give somebody a free pass to the lane. That's not a winning strategy. Look at his face. He's got all kinds of crap going around inside of his brain right now. He's like, oh God, they're not going to let me have layups anymore. I got to talk to Adam Silver. And he misses both free throws, like I said. At the minimum, at least you put in his mind he doesn't get a free trip to the rim. You don't have to hurt him. I'm not saying be dirty, but you don't give him a free trip to the rim. Back to the 97 All-Star game, where nothing is free. There's Mutombo on the block. And remember, while this may look like a lot of effort compared to today's All-Star game, this is probably about 75%. Nothing is free. Look at the battle for this rebound. No foul called there, by the way. There would have been in 2026. Jordan gets upended fighting for this rebound here. No foul call. And I'm not saying that there should be one. I'm just saying in 2026, if someone falls down, it's an automatic whistle. Everything's contested right to the buzzer. And this is only the first period. Blocked shot. Mutombo's even doing the finger wag after blocking Malone. Grant Hill and Leitner hit the ground hard on this one. No whistle, and that's how it should be.
7 points for his team. Here's Rice. And again, he's
That was a legitimate grunt from running into another full-grown man. And no whistle. Isn't that refreshing? And on the previous play, we got 2 defenders swiping that out of the sky. I'm showing this one because look at all 10 guys there. This is typical. He gets his own rebound, goes right back up with it, and everyone was still underneath fighting for the ball. Despite the fact that they're all underneath the rim and they were all fighting for the rebound, they are all going to sprint down to the other end. How long did that take? All 10 guys are across half court. All 10. No stragglers. All right, we have a missed layup on this play. The other team gets the rebound, so it's a change of possession. How long until everyone is across half court again? Stop. That's all 10. All right, back to 2026, and these youngsters try to say crap like today's game is more difficult because the floor is spread. Okay, I see guys spread out and standing. Why would I be more impressed that guys go to the perimeter and stand versus guys that run all over the place the entire possession? Okay, the shot has come off the rim. Some players have already left. Let's see how long it takes the rest of them to get across half court. Okay, Joel Embiid is across, and I got to tell you, that's not that bad. It's usually a lot worse in today's game, but nevertheless, it's still way slower than what I just showed you. I like this camera angle because it shows how many players are in there as Michael cuts in for the dime. Okay, here we are, looking at that spread floor again. Look at the interior defense of the 76ers. Let me ask you something. Do you think that standing there waiting for something to happen is more difficult than being bodied up to somebody that you're battling for position against? Man, half these guys aren't even going to make contact with the other team before the possession's over. And again, how many people are already gone? What should help you get everyone across half court in record time, but who are these clowns talking about, oh, you guys didn't have to run out to the 3-point line back then? The ball never made it past the three-point line on that possession. Do you understand? The ball got across half court and never made it further than outside of the three-point line. Okay, ball's coming off the rim. Most of the 76ers are already gone. Hey, thanks for joining us across half court there, LeBron. What's the matter? The bed you slept on last night was a little hard on you? Oh, wait a minute. You're in LA. You had your own bed. What's the problem? But guess what? LeBron's not even the last one. DeAndre Ayton is still back there tying his shoe. That's how seriously they take the game today. You guys don't need me. They're just going to chuck up a three at the other end anyway, right? Well, you nailed that, Ayton. Who would have known? I swear this guy looks like a 5-year-old, and you just let him get away with shit because he's still learning, still getting coordinated. After looking at that clumsy crap, I feel the need to see Jordan. Even with the lines on the screen, it's better. That probably would have been called a foul. Now this next one, I'm pretty sure would be called a foul today. Watch on the rebound. Olajuwon bumps, elbows Jordan over, and Jordan still finishes, and there's no complaining. Remember, this is an all-star game. The less intense game of the year, supposedly. Watch this pretty relentless defense. And by the way, we got people on the perimeter. I don't want to hear about how today's game is spread. In fact, there's Gary Payton, who's going to nail a three. And some of you are going to be confused when you see this, so I'll explain. That's called a mid-range. That was Olajuwon shooting over Mutombo with a mid-range. And look at that. Everyone's across half court already. Watch John Stockton just stop on a dime. Boom. Nailed it. Olajuwon's going to demonstrate. He's got the footwork and the outside shot. Here, Mitch Richmond nails a three.
I'm one of the greatest players to ever play the game, but I guess I could say that about 50 times, but when I'm talking about you, big fella, a little bit more enthusiasm.
Ahmad Rashad interviewing Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain kind of has an ego, but listen to how he answers after Ahmad Rashad just set him up with some glazing.
I appreciate that. It's nice still to be here, but I want to say one thing. You know, they keep talking about all of us being great and so on and so forth, but our chances would have never came if it wasn't for the originators of the NBA, and we got to say thank you to them and the NBA.
Saying thank you, recognizing those who paved the way. You just don't hear that anymore, do you? Gary Payton picks up the pace, decides to drive. Weber tries to block him.
Weber and Rice up front. Brandon eluding Sprewell. And rebounded by Garnett.
Well, Terrell Brandon did say before the game he was going to be very offensive. 7, 8, 9 of the conference.
Now Stockton running the floor. Pushes it quickly out of. And it's tipped home by Jones.
I don't want to hear a damn thing about pace ever again.